Silverrun Forest, as we continue on with our little hilltop farming, foresting endeavour. Oh yes, now we're carrying on pretty much straight after the previous episode, and well, I'm fertilising this field and probably the entire mountaintop all at once. Crikey, I was not expecting it to be that wide. I guess the the working width of the lime spreader was a wee bit less than this, because that has honked out literally everywhere. Well then, I am not going to complain about that. Well, that's made this job suddenly a lot quicker. There's a tiny little spot just down the end here that I did miss, so we'll get that. At least I think I missed it. Maybe I didn't. Oh, tree in the way there. There we go. Oh, now the map's huge. Let's get rid of that. Zoom back in so we can see what's going on. Lovely. Okay, well let's get this off the field and back over here to the shed here. Oh, and I wonder if the rest of that bag of fertiliser will fit into this. Let's see how much is in it. We've got 200 litres. Okay. I shouldn't be able to pick that up. No, I can't. Let's see if it will pop it all back in. It does. Fantastic. Okay, well what we are going to do for now is park this up here. We might as well leave it attached. It's not going anywhere. Well, no, let's just detach it for now. Okay, and what am I doing? Oh yes, next thing we are going to do is head over here to our chickens and clear up that mess that we made the last time we were here. Yes, as I'm sure you all remember, when we fed the chickens, we made a bit of a mess on the floor, just inside the pen there. However, we have ourselves now this handy shovel, if I can pick it up. There. Okay. Apparently we have a chicken that can phase shift through walls. Suddenly, closing the gate doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a concern, as they are walking through walls. Yes. Well then. But anyway, yes, let's use this shovel to scoop up this mess, not the chicken. And of course now the shovel is really heavy, so it won't pick it up. There we go. Not quite sure why that happened. But let's see if I can get it right and tip it out on the other side of this thing. Will you go into the feed trough? You will! Fantastic! Okay, well that's lovely, that is. And what we are going to do is just pop this outside here. Ooh, you get stuck in a tree there. I may actually take that tree out. That's kind of annoying and in the way. Yeah, let's just drop it there. That's fine. Shall I take that tree out? No, you know what? I'm going to leave that tree in. But what we are going to do is get out of the way here, because the next project that we are going to undertake is a bit of landscaping. So let me save the game, because the first thing you want to do before you start landscaping is save the game. Because as we all know, landscaping can go horribly wrong. I may or may not be on the second take of this now because it went horribly wrong the last time and I forgot to save. But yes, if you remember from the last time, we've got this weird little sort of, you can't really see it here, oh it's kind of there, like in the centre of the screen there's this little peculiar lump on the grass, on the ground there. And what we are going to do is, we're going to make all this a whole lot nicer and easier to drive on, because obviously this is quite a thin, narrow sort of path through here. So what we are going to do is, we are on animal mud for now, so we are going to make that a little bit bigger. That's about the right size. And we are going to take off a little bit of this corner here. Hopefully, there we go, got rid of that bush. Lovely, yep, so we want to sort out, you can kind of see it a bit, yeah, it's like right in there. That's where it is. So we are going to have to be careful of the trees here, because if I'm not, we may end up getting shot into oblivion. I kind of wish we could zoom in even further with this and like do it from ground level, or like first person perspective kind of level view. That would make it a lot easier. But we'll make do with what we can. So yes, here we are. Ooh, that almost went a bit wrong, didn't it? Yeah, so this little spot here we are going to sort of get a little bit better done for us in terms of how it's working and how it's all laid out. So what we are going to do first, now we got that done, is sculpting. There we go. And we are going to level this up just a bit. See, we want it to be, yes, that sort of spot right around there. So if we go from here, let's increase the strength a little bit, just level that down. Lovely. That should sort that out quite nicely. And in fact we might as well smooth it a bit as well, just to really get it going. Now the thing I am going to do, which is perhaps a little bit different, is we're going to start using the sloping tool, which is a very interesting tool, and not many people use that I've noticed. I mean, some do, some don't. It's one of those tools that is quite good, but also can be a little bit peculiar, because it's it's kind of odd to use. Basically what it is, it's like a mix of smoothing and leveling, but what we have is we set a target point which is going to be here. So this is the top point of the slope, and then we're going to go down here and use this tool like this. This basically levels the ground, and we'll bring it up to the level of the target area. We're pressing A at the moment to slope to point. And what it should do is, it's kind of hard to see. You kind of have to be sort of looking directly at it. You can see a little bit there. Let's slow that down a bit. Yeah, what it effectively does is sort of smooths things out a bit. And we are going to go that way eventually. But yeah, so we are now going to come down to this, I think this area. Yeah, flatten that off just a bit there. Lovely. Yeah, that sort of, it's trying to keep it in line with that. As you see, it has actually dropped it off there now, hasn't it? Okay, so let's switch back to the flattening tool and just flatten it all. Okay, yeah, what it had done was sloped it down a bit, which we didn't want. So that's fine. Sorted that out. Problem solved. Lovely. Now, I don't think this one is... Yeah, okay. It's kind of a tight area that we're working in, so it's not the easiest. But what we are going to do now, from this point, is basically the same thing. We're going to get the sloping tool, we're going to set this as our point, and we are going to go down to this end, down here through the trees, and start here. Now, as you can see, it's sort of lowering everything down a bit and flattening it off for us, which is perfect. And we are just going to go all the way up here, up to about there, catch that edge as well. There we go. Get that dropped off just a bit. And it should, yeah, it's like I say, it's kind of a mix between smoothing and flattening, yeah, leveling. And that should bring us down to about here, I think. Yeah, that ought to do it. Okay, now if we'll come back and we'll walk down through here in a minute as well, just to get a better look at it. But now that we are down here, if I can find a place where there isn't a tree, We're going to level this part off just a smidge. Hopefully, there we go, yeah. Leveling that down. Because this will be our road back up to the... oh, it's actually quite level at the moment, that's good. And we will smooth off a little portion of this. Round about there, I think. Soften rather, not smooth. There we go. Just so there's not too much of a lip on that corner edge. But yeah, let's give this a little bit of a walk through now and have a look at what we've done. So yep, you can see that's sorted that weird little hillock out. And there's a little bit of work to do here, just to clean that up a bit. But as we come down here, it's levelled it fairly well, or sloped it fairly well I should say, and we've smoothed that edge out a bit. Lovely. So yeah, we're basically going to do the same thing again up here. Well, do we need to? No, I don't think we do. What we'll do is just hit that with a bit of a smoothing tool and smooth that off so that it can, if I can, yeah, I still can't zoom in as far as I would like. There we go. Yeah, we'll just smooth that off, blend it in, and everything will be lovely there. Nice. And I'm just gonna run back through here with this and get some stuff smoothed down a bit. Lovely. And that should be that part fairly well done now. You just round some of the edges off just a touch. Yeah, we don't need it to be massively smooth, but let's see if we've got some of those harsher bits off. Yeah, there we go. That's sorted that. We may have to put a bit more dirt in here, possibly. I think we should be good. And this just makes it a little bit easier to drive along down here. Yeah, it's a little smoother now. We need to do that edge there as well. Okay, back in again. Into this one, and we'll go with the softening tool, I think. See if we can just... No, actually, no, we don't want the softening tool, do we? We want the sloping tool. We want this to be our target, and this to be where it is. So if we just come up here a bit, that should... There we go, I think that's what we were looking to do. Let's have a look now. Okay, that's a bit better. Yep, that is perfect. Now I think if we... Yeah, we can just trim that up with a little bit of foresty texture, or grass or something, just to make that a bit less of a defined road edge there. Or a bit more well-defined road edge, I should say. Well, okay, forest ground. Is it not going to put it? Ah, there it goes. Has to be the square. Because it's on the weird, weird thing. And then we just need to touch that in just a bit. Lovely. And now we've got ourselves a little bit of a track going on. Let's get back down to ground level. Have a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It should be a little bit easier to drive around now. A little bit less bumpy and lumpy and rude. And that next means what we're going to have to do is... I think we're going to flatten down this a little bit. Okay, let's sit on the top of this rock. I say sit. Okay. Now, we're going to get the levelling tool off again. And start by levelling this down. That might seem like an odd thing to do. You might be thinking to yourself, Feldin, why are you levelling this down like this? And well, the reason is, like I say, we're going to make the path just a little bit wider now. Yeah, we might come back and use the smoothing tool a little bit on it once we are done. And we're not going to get too close to the edge of the field there, but we do want to lower it down just a bit. Okay, now see it's starting to come up there, so that then means we are going to use this as the top of a slope and then slope it down to there. So let's get our sloping tool again. Mark this as the top of the slope. And then I think down to about here. So yeah, there we go. So as you can see, that kind of levels the ground. It makes it a nice, what do you call it, kind of a line. Yeah, there we go. It's like you're flattening the ground down, but in a slope. if that makes any sort of sense whatsoever. Yeah, it raised it up slightly there. Just make it a tiny bit wider. Lovely. That is going to make our path down quite interesting indeed. So let's give that a bit of a paint as well with the old animal mud, not the ground. Here we go, animal mud. Where did we start from? We started from way back up here. Okay, so let's make that a touch bigger, about like that. Yeah, it should, I think, hit it nicely. There we go, lovely. We are getting a nice bit of a road going on down here now. If I shrink that just a bit. Yeah, okay, let's come out and have a walk down and see what we've done. Okay, so we are going to need to flatten that out a little bit first. We may need to make this a touch wider, because it's still not quite as... Yeah, it's not quite as wide as I would have liked there, but that's okay. So, in fact, I wonder if that's where I was standing and that's why I didn't do it. Because you know how this game can go sometimes with the player character standing in the way. It does, on occasion, happen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's got it. Okay, well, let's see what happens when we soften this a bit. Is it going to... It is bringing that down to the level of it. Lovely. Okay. We'll soften out that just a little bit. Yeah, lovely. Now, that might be... Okay, yeah, that's raising it up a bit now. So we'll go back to the old... what's it tool here, sloping tool, set our point up here, and then come back down to here, and go out this way a bit more. Because the idea is to have a fairly decent sized track coming up here, so we can get vehicles up and other things. Oh, don't want to go too far up there, exposing a bit of rock. Could get rid of the rock itself, but, you know, where's the fun in that? Sometimes it's nice to have some interesting road features. Okay, yeah, that's raising it up now, so I think we are good there. Go back up this way just a touch. Yeah, a little bit more down there. Lovely, okay. Yeah, maybe we'll switch over to this side just a bit more. Work our way around that rock. There we go, lovely. Excellent. Oh, there you go. Okay, so let us see about painting some of this as well. No, not that one, this one. I thought we were on this one. So yeah, paint a bit of this down here. Come back up, paint a little bit more here. And then get some of that on this side now. There we go. Lovely. Give it some of those little scrubby bushes. Might have to hit the side of that with the old forestry dirt again. Yeah, there it is. But that's fine. There's little decorative bits we can do here just to sort that out. Here we go. Lovely. Okay, so let's have a quick run down here now and see how this looks. Okay, we've got to smooth it out here just a bit. That's not a problem. That's where that rock was. Yeah, we've got ourselves a nice looking little driveway here now. Except for this part at the end, but we'll sort that out in just a moment. In fact, let's sort that out now. Let me get out of the way. We'll do one last little bit here. Okay, sloping tool. Okay, we'll set it from about here, I think. And then come down to here. And slope it up. There we go. Lovely. And that's the beginning of the path down this way. Very nice. So we may have a few more bushes and trees to get rid of down here. Oh, I think we've hit the bottom of it there. Yes, lovely. So now, essentially, I'm going to have lots of fun off camera messing around with this. I might record it and put it in as a, what do you call those things? A sped up thing. Time lapse, that's the word I'm looking for. Might put it in as a time lapse. Not quite decided yet. Because it is... Oh crikey, what's going on there? Oh dear, no. There we go. Yeah, you've got to be careful when you're using the sloping tool, or it can all go a bit wrong. There we go. Yes. Lovely. Out just a bit. Yep. Lovely. Okay. But yes, this is where our little path comes down and out, and we've got this great big donkey of a hill. And we are going to need to fix that. We're going to need to get rid of probably some of these trees. This one might stay, but we're going to have to get rid of a few of these trees down the end here, and this tree here probably, maybe a couple of these trees over here. But essentially what I'm going to do, using that same tool and same kind of principle, is start out here, sort of flatten this out a little bit, and then start going back this way, and then sort of a big curve here, and then back this way, and make it sort of very gentle sloping, sort of switchback style of descent, and we shall see how that goes. So I am going to get on with that after I get a strange alert next to me on the phone. And yeah, we'll come back and we'll have a look either at it in progress or when it's finished. And we may actually pass time over till either later on in the day when the sun's moved around, or possibly into tomorrow when the sun's on that side of the hill and we can see a bit better what's going on. But, yep, if I run back up to here, we can see. Yeah, might run the smoothing tool over it just a little bit there. But yeah, we've got this nice path down here now, and it heads down into this area. It's looking very nice. Okay, so we've made a bit of progress now. I did try putting it into sort of time-lapse recording, but because of the nature of how I was doing it, because I'm a total noob, and there was a lot of bouncing around, it did not look pretty. So now, as you can see, we do have a few little odds and ends to do down here in terms of trees that need cutting down. And this is by no means finished, but here's a sneak peek of what it looks like. If I zoom out a bit and go forwards, you can kind of see we've got a little bit of something going on here now. A little bit of switchbackery and other fun stuff. Now, it's not the best design in the world. I was hoping to sort of have it coming back this way a little bit more, but due to the slope of the hill, I decided to sort of go down this way, and then we've got our we're way off through the trees there. But yeah, we are going to need to take down a few of these trees and get some decorative elements on this so it doesn't look quite as bad as it currently is. Yeah, so we are going to cut away again and come back once it's prettied up some more. Alrighty, well, we have finished. And now comes the big test. Can we get down it with a trailer load of wood and not make a big mess of things? We shall see, because this trailer can be a bit funky while it's attached to the back of this forestry crane thing. But let's see how it does, and we get to have the big sort of reveal, as it were, of the new thing. So, as you can see, we've got a little bit of fencing in there, some guideposts to hopefully stop us crashing, tipping over the edge, and a few concrete barriers down there as well. Okay, now this is the part that's going to be awkward, making a tight turn. And that happened. Thanks, trailer. Okay, so we may need to think about getting a different type of trailer for this. Ah, there we go. That's almost gone awry. Well, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, we put some trees and some bushes and other odds and ends down here. Yeah, that is mostly catching on the forestry plate more than anything. So maybe what we'll have to do is look at getting a front 3-point on this tractor and having the trailer just trailing behind us, so to speak. But nonetheless, it is generally working. Honest. Oh, we're gonna go on that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, crikey. No. Gone a bit wrong. Gone a bit wrong. Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what, let's drop the trailer off for now. See if we can just get the tractor out of this mess. Have I gone and well knackered it? I think I have. Yeah, he's not wanting to do anything helpful. Oh, hang on. Oh, we almost got it out then. I just need to do... Ah, there we go. I think we got it now. I was about to try and use this thing as a bit of a wedge, but I did not need to. Let's attach to that and off we go. There we go, lovely. A few decorative rocks there, nice lovely decorative rocks. Another tight turn that is probably going to not end well for us, but we have made it down. in one piece. And we still need to take care of that tree stump down there. So, generally speaking, I think that's worked. I do think that's worked. Now, it is going to be a bit difficult to see in the sort of afternoon, evening light. Obviously, being December, it is getting dark quite quickly, and I did realise this hill is sort of on the wrong side of the mountain. This is the wrong side of the mountain to get the sun. I think that's what I was trying to say. So, let's see if we can get back up here. I'm sure we can. Just have to remember to take it fairly wide going up. There we go. If this was a swivel axle trailer, it might be working a bit better. But then we'd have an awful problem trying to reverse it if we got stuck. Oh, there we go. Going up seems to be a bit easier. But yeah, let me zoom out here. And I think that is where we are going to leave it for the episode. So yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like. And do consider hitting the old subscribe button there too, if you have not already. And comments are always welcomed. And if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And so I'm going to go back to the top of the hill here. I have... actually I need to be down at the bottom so we can get those trees out of the way and get the old stump grinder down here and everything. But we'll do that another day. So yes, I do hope you've all enjoyed this. Maybe next time we will show a little bit more of the... what do you call it? Landscaping. Sadly, because I'm not very good at it yet, it was a bit of an ugly mess, so I opted to not show that too much. And now, when I say ugly mess, I don't mean in terms of you know, it just was really not pretty to look at. That wouldn't bother me so much. It was just the all the angles and the flashes and the changes of direction and whatnot when it was in a time lapse. It just did not look good. It did not look good at all. So yes. Anyway, I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? Cheerio, everyone.